Welcome back to the channel, guys. As always, thanks so much for taking time out of your day and coming over here to review flicks as we jump back into more DCEU and Snyderverse news. So, in the last 24 hours, Zack Snyder's been at it once again, posting up on his Instagram, and this time he's posted up a 4x5 Polaroid picture of Jackie Earle Haley from the Watchmen. And you'll notice that the character is holding a sign, and on the sign it says the end is nigh. Obviously, as fans, we've seen this, and they ran at 1,000 miles an hour, picked up any nugget of information, and obviously this sign, a lot of people are speculating that Zack Snyder purposefully uploaded this image saying the end is nigh on the sign, and it's alluding to James Gunn being over at the head of DC. That James Gunn's going to be ousted from his position at some point, and basically Zack Snyder is signaling the end of James Gunn's run. Is that true? Is that what Zack Snyder intended? We don't actually know, but like I say, as comic book fans, we pick up on any little details and we kind of run with it, and we kind of post it all over the place, and we kind of strain at a gnat and swallow a camel, if you like. But come to your own conclusions about what you think this means. Either way, it does look like Zack Snyder is fully aware of what's going on with the Restore the Snyderverse campaign. He's playing into it, and he's having fun at the same time posting up these images. So, like I said, the end is nigh. Come to your own conclusions on what you think that could possibly mean. Okay, so with that new image down, we're going to go over to comicbookmovie.com, where we have an article about this post and the wider Snyderverse news. So let's jump into it and break down some of the details and see exactly what's going on with the whole kind of Snyderverse movement at the moment. Okay, so landing over here, Zack Snyder's latest Instagram post has whipped the Restore the Snyderverse crowd into a frenzy. And again, we've got a more kind of artistic rendering of that same picture where it says the end is nigh, and we've got a picture of the character holding it. So, Zack Snyder's recent Instagram posts have been the source of a lot of debate online, and the divisive filmmaker's latest black and white photo has really whipped the supporters up, despite not actually being a callback to one of the DCEU movies. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? The fact that it's a Watchmen character as well, but he's holding a sign that says the end is nigh. There must have been a reason why Zack Snyder chose that picture, and it must be kind of referencing something. Or did he just put it up on purpose just to get a reaction out of people? That's probably what he did. It probably doesn't mean anything. He's just trying to elicit a reaction, and you know, he's doing exactly what he intended. And he's a smart guy, and he's doing a great job at getting reactions out of people. So, before he launched what came to be known as the Snyderverse with Man of Steel, Snyder helmed an adaptation of Alan Moore's Watchmen. I still contend to this day that Watchmen is quite a good film. They said that comic book was unfilmable, but Zack Snyder and his team made it, and I thought it was a pretty good adaptation. I watch it every now and again, and I always have a great time with it. Is it perfect? No. But I still enjoy it, and I think it was done justice. I mean, he did it. He did the source material about as good as you could possibly do in a live action setting. And I mean, it's quite a crazy thing to be able to film in live action. And I think, you know, could you really do a better job than what he did? I'm not sure that you can, but that's up for debate. Okay, Watchmen, this photo features Walter Kovacs, aka Rorschach, Jackie Earle Haley, holding the sign he carries when he decides to take some time off from beating the crap out of criminals. As you might expect, the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse faithful are taking this as confirmation that the end is nigh for James Gunn's DCU, and Snyder will soon make his triumphant return to continue his saga. While this is highly unlikely, speculation has been fueled by the potential Warner Bros. Discovery sale and recent developments surrounding Comcast or Paramount reportedly enlisting financial backing from Saudi Arabia, as well as grifters like Cosmic Book News claiming to have confirmed that the deal is done and the Snyderverse will return. Ooh, shots fired at Cosmic Book News. That's a website we use quite often here on the channel. Although whenever I read something from any of these websites, I always say, take this information with a grain of salt. We don't know if it's true. It's not coming from an official source. It's not coming from James Gunn, not from Zack Snyder. It's not coming from any of the major studios. It's not coming from, you know, The Wrap, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, any of those reputable outlets. So every time we do read one of these articles, you do have to take it with a grain of salt. But either or, whether it's true or not true, or in some part, kind of somewhere in the middle true, as a fan of this franchise, the DCEU and DC, I mean, it's still interesting to read this and kind of come to our own conclusions. So, whether you happen to buy into this or not, please don't. I love the way it says please don't in brackets. Snyder does seem to be leaning into the renewed furore with these posts, and certainly hasn't done much to dissuade his supporters from continuing their campaign. I mean, the fact that after all this time, I mean, when did the last film come out? It's got to be you know, going on, what, 7, 8 years now? Like, a long time ago. I don't know exactly off the top of my head. But the fact that people are still talking about the DCEU after all this time, we're still talking about Man of Steel 2, we're still talking about Ben Affleck's Batman, Henry Cavill's Superman, it just goes to show the lasting appeal of those characters and what Zack Snyder did for DC as a fandom. And, I mean, why wouldn't Zack Snyder continue to kind of stoke the flames? I mean, the more he stokes the flames, the more popular as a director he becomes. The more popular as a director, the more jobs he's going to get, the more studios are going to want to work with him, you know, and it just heightens his kind of popularity and his kind of prestige as a director. So of course he's going to kind of string along the fan base. He's going to play it up as much as he can. It works to his favor. So why would he not do that? Okay, the fact of the matter is, Superman was enough of a success, even though it lost money. Warner Brothers to greenlight Man of Tomorrow, and there are numerous other DCU projects currently in various stages of development. Do you really think that the studio is going to scrap an entire slate because of a vocal minority of fans that want Zack Snyder to direct Justice League 2? I mean, I'm not going to lie, he does have a valid point. A lot of you are going to hate me for saying this, but he does have a valid point. I mean, we live in this kind of comic book movie fandom bubble, right? But the general movie-going audience outside of our bubble, is there enough people really calling for the Snyderverse to be restored outside of our kind of cinematic bubble to make the studios want to reinstate it? Obviously, like it says on Cosmic Book News, they're saying that the deal is pretty much already done. It's one signature from being signed with the Saudis and their investment fund to basically buy out Warner Brothers Discovery and bring back Zack Snyder. They're already working with Zack Snyder on a UFC film anyway. Saudi Arabia and Zack Snyder, they already have a working relationship. So if they did buy out Warner Brothers Discovery, I mean, Zack Snyder's already working with them anyway. But yeah, I mean, we don't know if the Saudis will end up getting Warner Brothers Discovery. We don't know if it's going to be Paramount, Netflix. We just don't know at the moment. There's so much information, misinformation, there's so many rumors going around that it's difficult to try and make sense of what exactly is happening. But we'll have to wait until December, until the official owner you know, gets reported on who bought out Warner Brothers. We're not going to know until December, I don't think. So we'll have to wait until then, until we get the official news of which studio is going to be owning Warner Brothers. Then we can go forward from there to see what that studio is going to do with Zack Snyder. They might not do anything. They might just completely ignore us. They might reinstate part of the Snyderverse. Maybe a Ben Affleck Batman movie. Maybe a Man of Steel 2. They might reinstate the whole thing. We just don't know. But we have to wait until the winner of the auction of Warner Brothers Discovery comes to the forefront and we get the confirmation of which studio it is. Then we can move forward as a fan base and kind of take it from there. Yeah, but like I say, at the moment, so that's kind of what's going on with the Snyderverse, and that's what's going on with that brand new picture there that Zack Snyder posted up. Do you think he was talking about James Gunn? Do you think it doesn't mean anything? He's just trying to stoke the flames? Whatever your thoughts are about this story and the wider Snyderverse, drop your comments down below, guys. Leave your thoughts, your theories, your opinions, and anything else you want to talk about regarding Zack Snyder, the DCU, or James Gunn. Would love to hear your insights, as always. Thanks so much for being here and tuning in, as always. It means a lot, guys. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave, and consider becoming a subscriber. It's free of charge, obviously, and it goes a long way to supporting the content. So if you can, please do hit that subscribe button before you leave. It would mean the world to me, and to have you here as part of the community, that would be absolutely incredible. And with all that down, I will see you in the next video.